Hey guys, how are you doing? Vilisink again, back, Raid Shadow Legends. Now, today we talk about Ninja, on day 5 I believe of this Ninja hunt. 2 more days when we get the Legendary Champion that was showcased on a stream by Ninja, Tyler Blevins. And what we got to see was a couple of things. Now, first thing was, seeing the Raid community there. A lot of familiar names, we've seen a lot of Raid CCs, the content creators, kind of giving nice advice and chatting away and whatnot, and being quite cool. Like, everybody was kind of getting on, so that was quite nice. It was good to see that the raid community gave him a bit of support. He really doesn't know what he's doing. He's not supposed to. He's just showing off his champion. But nonetheless, it's bringing new faces in. On the other hand, we've seen some of Ninja's followers kind of be not so cool about it. Yes, it's a different game, but that's what you have to do when you get paid a large sum of money. When you have a cut in a game, you're going to stream or you're going to show it off somehow. So it was cool to see the raid community there. Just a shame some people were kind of douchey, but what we got to see was his champion does really good damage. So quickly, let's just go back, and apart from the face, I like everything apart from the face. Everything apart from the face is quite cool. So decreased defense, big version on the A1. If against the boss, gives himself turn meter. A2 is a 3-time at random, I don't like that. HP burn debuff for 3 turns, perfect veil. And if it's against the bosses, he insta-vates any HP burn debuffs, including ones from that skill. Scion Slash, AoE, book it to 100% chance, 4 turn cooldown. AoE freeze, nice. A good way. I mean, if you look at Augurs and Torments and all these champions, freeze is really strong. So, also, when targeting a boss, will only attack the boss of the ads or the not enemies, which is cool for a lot of places. It ignores 50% of defense and decreases the cooldown of Haliburn by 1 skill. So he's got a pretty dope kit. What we've seen was, we've seen the freeze being really effective. We've seen his Haliburn do lots of damage to dragon, to waves. Really kind of cool that he then veiled up to take less damage. And it was a really kind of a nice synergy between Scion Slash, especially with the decrease the cooldown part of it, which effectively makes that a 2-turn cooldown. If you make him really fast, put him in Relentless, that's probably 1 turn away. So with this part of his kit, what we got to see was great synergy. It did really good against bosses. He is a boss killer, there's no denying it. His kit, we have so many champions that were nerfed towards bosses, or they do less damage towards bosses, or 10% less, whatever it is. Or things just don't work against bosses. What we have with Ninja is, it's against a boss, which we're probably going to be using him against, most likely, in dungeons and clan boss for trials and stuff. Extra turn meter on top of decreased defense, HP burn and perfect veils, and if it's against a boss, it explodes instantly. Good clan boss damage, you never know. And he's got an AoE freeze. When he targets the boss, he only attacks the boss, ignores half of his defense, and decreases the Haliburn skill by 1 turn. So his whole kit is based around damage. It's a fast cycling kit. If you get him booked out 4, 9, 13 books. 13 books is okay. To be fair, it's not too bad. But if you get him booked out, to get those cooldowns, you're going to have freezes, HP burns, explosions, and a hell of a lot of fun. And we've seen that his champion looks really good, does a lot of damage, was not messing around whatsoever. His passive makes him a little bit more disgusting, increases his attack by 10%, up to 100, crit damage 5% to 25, each time a single enemy is hit by all 3 of his skills. And if it's a boss, the attack goes 20 to 100 and crit damage goes 10 to 25 instead. So more boss synergy. If we're going against bosses, we're doing more damage, we're going to kill some bosses. If it's against waves and we cycle all of the moves, escalation begins to take place. So we're looking just at an awesome kit. I'm quite excited about it. We got to see Obviously, we never got to see anybody with a large mindset towards what they were doing, but we got to see the champion nonetheless. All the moves were good, the damage was quite nice, so you know that you can put him in like a crit damage set, you can put him in Savage, you can put him in all these damage sets, Bloodthirst, whatever you want. Give him accuracy to make sure he lands that debuffs, make him quick. You know, you may have a fast debuffing explosion champion that just cannot be stopped. But we gotta drink your juice for a second. Because we know this champion's coming out now, in 2 days there is a couple of tips I want to share with you. Number one, there's a 2x Savage gear thing on right now. Maybe ignore it. I'm going to be doing some farming there, so but I'll be doing feed at the same time. And that is work on getting some chickens. If we're getting this champion in 2 days, you will get the best use out of him as a 6-star champion. So we're going to have to start working on some food. Prepare your chickens in advance if you can, so when you get him, put him straight to 50. Put him in Minotaur, get the scrolls and the silver as well. And then when it is 50, you just pretty much have your food ready. That's probably one of the biggest tips you can kind of have. Have some food ready for these champions, because you're going to get way more use out of a level 60 or a 6-star than you will a 50. Through your damage, through your stats, it makes the gear even better. So that's the first tip. We need to get some chickens. Now we know how we can kit them out, so you may want to, I believe you have an artifact and have starting today or tomorrow, but you may want to get some gear ready for them. If you want to try some sets out, get some stuff to 12 if you've got the silver, so you can put it straight on, like crit damage sets, whatever set you want to use, Savage, critical rate, divine stuff. You could use really anything depending on where you wanted to take him. He is a champion that looks like you could have a lot of fun. Perception sets could be really good. Make sure he lands all of his debuffs. I'm going to prepare some gear if you have the silver ready, or at least look through your gear to see what you can put onto Ninja, just to make him like for a first build and then such a second build. So that's tip number 2. Try to get some gear ready. Try to look some pieces out. Look through and see if there's anything that you can maybe put to 8 or 12 in sets that would benefit him to get him ready. Now what we also have to do is we have to look at farming some potions, because we'll have to ascend this champion. And to ascend a champion, he's fully ascended. By the example, do I have a Lego that I have not ascended at all yet? So like I say, we're going to need some potions for blue, definitely. So Wednesday is the next time the keep is open, so Wednesday comes, you're going to go in, preferably farm 20, and you want to make sure you can get him ascended as quick as possible. Take a break from doing feed if you have to. I think Ascension will help you. So it'll give you the ability to have an amulet and a banner. It's more accuracy, it's more resistance, it's more HP, it's more attack, it's a triple speed roll. So we're going to get gear, chickens, we want to get some potions farmed, but most importantly, this will not be for everybody, but see if you have any books. Now you will require books to book out, it's about 13, so it's not too bad. I myself will not be doing it. I have 2 Lego books, but for people that are spending some money, you're going to maybe want to get some books in, because as we've seen with the damage, it looks quite good. The gear that Ninja showcased on this champion was not too great. The stats were not really impressive. There's room for a major improvement, so I definitely think that we're getting the champion in 2 days. We've got to see the stream. It shows us how the champion works, it shows us his animations. We've got all that info, so now that we have all that info, and it looks quite good, let's be honest. Get some chickens ready, get some potions, prepare to ascend your champion, prepare to level him up, prepare to have some gear sets you want to put on him. Get books if you can. We do have events and tournaments going, so if you can, obviously utilise some of your energy for that. But guys, that pretty much summarises it. Ninja's coming. 2 days. I have chickens. I will need to do some potion farming. And books are just never going to happen. But I'm definitely going to try and 60 him as soon as I can. Or get him 6-starred. Like I say, have the food waiting, put levels into him. Because I want to show him off. He does look pretty good. The HP burn explosion is really something that I want to try against clan boss. I want to take him into clan boss just to see how much ass he's going to kick. But we're going to leave it there. Those are your tips for Ninja. Eat some chickens, farm some brews, books if you can finish a tournament, etc. Pick up some of them. And look at what gear you want to put on that champion. That way you can take it to 8 or 12, whatever you want to do, to check how the stats roll on that piece. So guys, as always, I want you to stay safe, I want you to keep on reading, and until next time,